Not only was Taylor Swift subpoenaed, her reps just got caught lying about Taylor's involvement in the movie. Taylor was involved the whole time. So if you're mad at anybody, be mad at Blake. Blake, who is clearly a snake. And I do think Taylor wasn't really as aware of how snaky Blake was.
Blake Lively is spiraling into crisis mode after Taylor Swift publicly distanced herself from a controversy that's now unraveling Blake's credibility. With legal pressure mounting and friendships fraying, Blake is facing a spotlight that's hotter than she bargained for. And this time, there's no charming her way out of it.
No, you can't be mad at Brian Freeman or Justin for being subpoenaed, Taylor. It's all this girl.
While Taylor's team insists she was never truly involved, insiders claim Blake dragged Taylor into the chaos just to flex their friendship like a backstage pass. Now that the truth is coming out, Blake's carefully curated image is cracking, leaving her with a subpoenaed ex-best friend and a PR nightmare. And while Taylor isn't blameless, this mess didn't start with her.
Her reps, sources close to her, like reps for Taylor, have spoken to a lot of outlets, so it seems like this is coming from her team, not just some source.
Taylor only became entangled in the legal storm surrounding It Ends With Us after things had already escalated. Once she was formally subpoenaed, her team released a carefully worded statement denying all involvement with the film.
She's being feisty. She's fighting back, saying Taylor Swift never set foot on the set of this movie. No one ever said you were on set of the movie, for the record, just to be clear. I've talked to the crew.
The statement insisted Taylor had never been on set, hadn't weighed in on casting, and played no role in the film's creative development. According to her reps, the only official connection was the licensing of one song, My Tears Ricochet.
But she was not involved in any casting or creative decisions. That's not true. She did not score the film. That's true. She did. There's rumors, though, that she had the person fired. I don't know if that's actually true. I think that was Blake.
But multiple sources close to the production have contradicted that version of events. Insiders say Taylor's denial was a calculated legal maneuver, not a reflection of the full truth. And that decision, reportedly, not hers alone.
She never saw an edit or made any notes of the film. She did not even see It Ends With Us, ouch, until weeks after its public release, and it was traveling around the globe during 2023, 2024, headlining the biggest tour in history. Now,
sources suggest that Blake Lively encouraged Taylor to publicly distance herself once the legal stakes became clear. Taylor allegedly agreed, not because the claims were false, but because acknowledging them could carry serious legal consequences.
Look, here's the comment that her rep's putting out there, but here's the fact. And we got to focus on the second part. She was not involved in any casting or creative decisions. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that?
She told me Taylor Swift helped her get the role, like signed off on her audition.
I had brought in, I was casting, and I had actually brought in and showed her casting tape to Blake and Taylor.
In private conversations, Taylor reportedly confided that she hadn't wanted to lie. She admitted that Blake had involved her early on in small but meaningful ways. But now, even minor contributions, like feedback on casting, could expose her to legal scrutiny.
We're both like, yes, her. And that's a true story.
She told.
So not only did Justin say that.
Did I hear that Taylor may have had some influence in getting
she did. Yeah, I know. I don't even know if I'm meant to be saying it, but I'm saying it. Yeah, she was a helpful part of the process of the audition, which I found out later after I got it, and that rocked my world.
Those same contributions might even lead to accusations of improperly influencing a production now under legal investigation. Taylor's lawyers advised a full denial. Publicly, she appeared uninvolved. Privately, she was furious that things had gotten this far.
Yeah, I have no words.
Her frustration only grew after two key witnesses publicly contradicted her. Director and co-star Justin Baldoni stated in an interview that Taylor had, in fact, viewed Isabella's audition tape. According to him, both Taylor and Blake signed off on the casting.
That means she was involved in the casting process? No. She chimed in on an audition tape? Probably likely. Semantics is what we're arguing here, but you were more involved than you want to claim to be is the reality.
That statement alone raised serious questions about Taylor's influence. Isabella herself later confirmed Taylor's involvement, describing her as a consistent and supportive presence throughout her journey with the film.
And there were moments about you being involved, not only there, but involved in the screenwriting parts as well.
It feels like a big, beautiful summer movie, but like we didn't have any budget. So it feels like It feels like a big, beautiful summer movie, but like we didn't have any budget.
It felt like a big, beautiful summer movie, Isabella said in one interview, but we didn't have any budget. Despite that, Taylor was clearly emotionally, and possibly creatively, invested. Even Blake referred to Taylor as someone who lived this with me.
Honestly, she was with me on this experience the whole time.
The whole time Taylor was with her on this experience.
That phrasing suggests Taylor's involvement went beyond casual support. Yet Taylor's public statement claimed she never saw final edits, never gave feedback, and never helped shape creative decisions. So why are those closest to the project saying otherwise?
How true that is, because we know Blake likes to overextend how much Taylor actually does for her. But this is Blake now putting it on the record. Taylor was involved the whole time. So if you're mad at anybody, be mad at Blake.
While no emails or call logs have been publicly released, insiders hint that there may be digital evidence. Texts, emails, call notes, proving Taylor was involved from early on.
Throughout it, so like she really lived this with me.
She lived this with me all throughout it.
Yeah, she was, she's a person who shows up for you.
If that evidence surfaces, it won't just disprove Taylor's statement. It will confirm that her denial was a strategic move, orchestrated under pressure from Blake, not an honest account of her role.
She shows up for you.
So grateful to have
her love and support.
that love and that support.
So, no, you can't be mad at Brian Freeman or Justin for being subpoenaed Taylor. It's all this girl.
Taylor now finds herself caught between self-preservation and loyalty to a friend. Telling the truth risks damaging her image, or worse, dragging her deeper into a legal mess. But staying silent protects no one for long.
All this girl. And again, echoed again by Blake herself.
See the movie and say, please use this. It's the music. Cheers, Ricochet. Everybody knows you and Taylor are best pals. So did you go to her and say, would you do something, or did she see the movie and say, please use this song?
I mean, she was
So perfect
She was
the way
with
it's
me
played.
throughout this whole process.
As more people speak out, Taylor's continued denial begins to look less like caution and more like complicity. Every new statement is weighed against growing public suspicion and potential courtroom fallout.
I don't know how much I believe Blake, let's be honest. Blake clearly likes to talk up a big game about how much her friends are involved. And so the reality check is, was Taylor that involved? I don't know. That's literally what we're trying to figure out.
Blake's decision to align Taylor with It Ends With Us wasn't casual or coincidental. It was strategic and calculated. Starting in mid-2023, she deliberately positioned Taylor as a behind-the-scenes force on the project.
Who wants to vilify Taylor? Go ahead, do what you want. I'm going to keep my focus on Blake, who is clearly a snake. And I do think Taylor wasn't really as aware of how snaky Blake was.
Though Blake rarely named her directly, the implication was always there. She repeatedly spoke of strong women supporting her, sometimes explicitly including Taylor in that list during interviews at TIFF and with people in ET Canada.
And I do believe she's mad. I really do believe that, because it makes sense. Taylor Swift believes Blake exploited her. Heartbroken singer finally lays bare former bestie's betrayal and the move that left her completely floored.
The message was clear. Taylor Swift, arguably the most powerful woman in entertainment, was quietly backing this film. That alone gave it prestige and potential.
Here's Blake smiling, really such show. She's so depressed and can't leave the house, yet she's always photographed outside the house. But the whole saga left Swift feeling used, and she took a step back from the relationship.
With Taylor fresh off the historic success of the Eras Tour, her fandom could shift markets overnight. Blake knew it. Her PR team knew it. And every outlet that covered it headlined Taylor's name.
I do believe she chimed in. That doesn't mean she's the casting director and that she picked Isabella out of the headshots. There's a lot of steps that got Isabella there, and she may have just watched the tape, right?
With Taylor fresh off the historic success of the Eras Tour, her fandom could shift markets overnight. Blake knew it. Her PR team knew it. And every outlet that covered it headlined Taylor's name.
Point being, that's going to make Taylor even more upset that now she's been roped into this thing because of Blake's quotes. She was with me the whole time. I don't know if I believe it. I really don't. Here's the same person chiming in from her rep.
But Taylor never consented to act as the film's unofficial ambassador. The only formal agreement was licensing that one song. She wasn't under contract for marketing, wasn't credited, and wasn't listed in production filings with the California Film Commission.
She's aggravated to be thrust in the center of this legal fight, one that she maintains she had no part in. Taylor's been aware that Blake has been exploiting her name for a while now, but the subpoena takes it to a whole new level. It's tragic and surely an unrecoverable end to a friendship. Obviously, no official words from Lively.
By the time subpoenas landed in April 2024, Taylor's team had had enough. In a strongly worded statement to Variety, her reps called the idea that she was involved a complete mischaracterization. But the damage was already done.
Look, I'm still on the fence about what actually happened here. I'm all up for this deposition because I want to see what she says under oath. But my sneaking suspicions, she's not as involved as everyone wants her to be. A lot of people just want to hate on Taylor and say she's the puppet master in this. No, it's clearly Blake.
Screenshots from social media as far back as October 2023 show fans saying they bought tickets because Taylor helped cast Isabella. That rumor was never corrected until it became legally necessary.
You know, Travis unfollowed Ryan a couple of weeks ago, which indicates that he is supporting his girlfriend. And I don't know, maybe he's subpoenaed too. He was with Taylor when this happened.
According to Daily Mail insiders, Taylor felt betrayed. She told friends that Blake used her name and her fan base to promote the film, then abandoned her when legal pressure hit. Fans picked up on it too. In late April, Travis Kelce unfollowed Ryan Reynolds on Instagram.
It says here that Taylor felt really exploited by her longtime friend. And the problem here is that Blake Lively was bragging about Taylor Swift's involvement during the whole press tour. And Taylor Swift is denying this involvement.
E! News confirmed the move on April 27th, noting the obvious tension. Taylor didn't comment, but in her world, unfollowing isn't random. It's a statement, and Swifties understood the message.
But my sneaking suspicions, she's not as involved as everyone wants her to be. A lot of people just want to hate on Taylor and say she's the puppet master in this. No, it's clearly Blake. Blake was using her. Blake overextended and said how much Taylor was there for the marketing of the film. Yeah, Taylor's involved.
Then came the quote that shattered the silence. On May 12th, Daily Mail published a leaked memo from a 2022 production meeting. In it, Blake reportedly said, "We have dragons behind us. Taylor's one of them." The quote was used to close a funding deal, and two staffers later confirmed to Rolling Stone that it was real. Taylor Swift's name was being used to secure money behind her back.